Nails, hair, hips, heels, ass, fat, lips, real, purse, full, big bills, bitch, I'm a big deal. Legs, face, eyes, thin waist, thick thighs. You, me, you wish. New phone, who this?
Hey bitches, it's Holland. What's good? Girl, this week though, it's just been a whole hot mess in the K-pop community with scandals literally happening every other hour. Hold up girl, let me check my phone. So, obviously, I've decided to collect all my receipts in my bag, take a seat, and give all my input on the drama. Disclaimer, please do not send hate to anyone involved or associated with the people involved in this video. This is for entertainment purposes only. So, let's get into the tea. The first on the chopping block we have Jungkook. So, apparently yesterday, Jungkook was involved in a collision with a taxi driver and Jungkook being the one to blame. Thankfully, Jungkook, as well as the taxi driver involved, did not face any major injuries. Then, on November 4th, he was questioned by the police and charged with violating the road traffic laws. I personally think that's good that he's being charged because I feel like if they had let him get away with it, it would display that BTS is excused from breaking the law and are these invincible gods that can't be touched. I also love how Big Hit's amazing PR team immediately released a statement as soon as the news broke, so that it wouldn't give these messy-ass people the ability to spread any rumors or misinformation, as well as giving the taxi driver a good and fresh check as compensation. I think of one company's PR team right now that could easily take notes from this situation. Right, Starship Entertainment? Like honestly, the way Big Hit handled the situation was so classy and so professional, especially since the past 2 weeks there has been so much drama with SM, Jipe, and Starship, so Big Hit did not want to be a part of the long list of companies to come out with a scandal. Okay, next case. Next, probably one of the most tragic things on this list, we have Shownu, my Monsta ex-bias, getting his nudes leaked. Bitch, you thought.
Bitch, you thought. Bitch, you thought. Bitch, you thought. Bitch, you thought. Bitch, you thought.
Instead, what actually happened was someone posted naked photos of some guy on Twitter claiming it to be Shownu and it actually wasn't. With this scandal, Starship Entertainment finally did something right, and they immediately took down the photos as well as sending out a whole-ass police investigation party. Once they finally trace down the culprit, they will be charged with defamation. It's honestly funny how they put in the most effort over some fake nudes, but meanwhile, they didn't put half the amount of effort for Wonho's and Han Seohee's scandal last week. Court adjourned. Next on the stand, we have D-Crunch, the prosecutors, and the defendants, Kuwait. D-Crunch was recently planning on performing on October 27 at the 40th anniversary concert of Korea-Kuwait diplomatic relations, but it was cancelled at the last minute, leaving fans confused and disappointed. Then, an online Kuwaiti publication called Al Majlis published a video of the members leaving and heading to the airport with a caption stating, "A number of sources suggest that the ban took place after several of the band members appeared in circumstances against public morals of Al-Kuwait during their previous performances and songs." At first, this reasoning confused a lot of people. What did they mean against public morals? This was later clarified that the reason D-Crunch left in tears was that they had been scolded by the public for the way they looked and were called gay. Rumors quickly spread to the Minister of Mass Media and Information, who then decided to have to force them to leave the country because in Kuwait you can serve up to 6 years in prison for even being suspected of being attracted to the same gender. In some countries, such as Saudi Arabia, citizens invited D-Crunch to come and perform there instead to make up for the lost concert, while other countries dragged D-Crunch the same way Kuwait did. As someone who is a part of the LGBT community, this is severely frustrating. I understand that Kuwait is currently not as progressive as other countries in Europe and the Americas and that it is a part of their religion and culture and all that jazz. What I have a problem is that a lot of straight people, in general, don't understand the fact that just because a man may express himself femininely or a woman express herself masculinely doesn't mean that they're automatically gay or a lesbian. Hell, my sister is a perfect example of this. She expresses herself in a very gender-neutral or masculine way but still identifies as a cisgender woman and loves the D as much as any other girl. So, in conclusion, I sentence the Minister of Mass Media and Information, as well as Al Majlis, to cancellation as well as the competition of a semester-long human sexuality class at your local college or university. Next case. Okay, now back to Starship Entertainment's messy ass. On the stand, we have both Starship Entertainment and Wonho. So girl, for this case, I have some major tea in store for y'all. So, as I was collecting my receipts for my last drama video about Sling, Woojin, and Wonho, I stumbled across some interesting yet shocking information that made me gag the house. So let's set the stage. We have Monsta X in an airport returning from their concert in Germany in September 2019, in which each of the members' bags was inspected. So now fast forward to November 1st, last Friday, in which Starship released their little statement about Wonho being kicked out of Monsta X. Dispatch released an article about Wonho, Youngda-eun, and a man referred to as Joe. Previous to debuting with Monsta X, Wonho and Youngda-eun co-hosted a show called Ul's Anxiety in 2012, and, at the time, they were both living together. Joe was a director and promoter of a Korean club called Burning Sun, as well as close friends with Youngda-eun. So, back in October, Joe's loose-lipped ass spilled the tea to Dispatch about how he once caught Youngda-eun and Wonho smoking a blunt back in 2013, and he hadn't said anything about it since. After this happened in October, an investigative team both interrogated Youngda-eun and Joe, and when Wonho and the rest of Monsta X were heading on that airport, the police met them there and took a sample of Wonho's hair to use as a sample for drug testing. The test came out positive, and Wonho now found himself within a drug scandal. I understand the situation and why Wonho is being punished, but I'm still dumbfounded that Starship didn't even try to save Wonho or help him in any way, and released a follow-up statement to the original, clarifying that it was, in fact, a drug scandal, and moved on as if nothing had happened. I feel like, from a business perspective, this doesn't make sense why they'd do this, because Wonho is Monsta X's most popular member both domestically and internationally, so to see him just being let go like that really took me by surprise.
Scar! Brother! Help me!
Long live the king.
I hope Wonho and Youngda-eun for the best as they go through this, and I charge Starship Entertainment with a charge of dumacity. So there you have it, folks. That is the real tea on why Wonho left Monsta X. Speaking of Wonho and Starship, on the chopping block we have Shownu, Han Seo-hee, Youngda-eun, a female celebrity, let's call her Miss Thing, and Miss Thing's husband, Mr. Thing. So, on October 31st, on Spooky Season Honey, Han Seo-hee released pictures of several screenshots of a direct message received by none other than Youngda-eun, the same girl from the Wonho marijuana scandal. This direct message was sent by Mr. Thing, in which he and Youngda-eun were discussing the fact that his wife, Ms. Thing, was cheating on him with Shownu. However, Starship quickly responded by saying that Shownu wasn't aware of the fact that she was married and wouldn't have gotten with her romantically or sexually if she had been truthful. Honestly, all the other people involved aside, I just want to rant about Han Seo-hee. I feel like the only reason why she's been going after idols these past few years is because she's jealous of their success. Think about it. She herself used to be an idol trainee, but her hopes and ambitions were struck down thanks to her drug-dealing scandal. So now, when she sees other successful idols like Monsta X, T.O.P., or iKON, she wants to expose them every chance she can get to, 1, stay relevant, and 2, because she's jealous of their success. But whatever, that's none of my business though. I sentenced Youngda-eun to a semester-long logic and critical thinking class under the philosophy department of her local university. As for Han Seo-hee, I sentenced her to 3 ethics classes as well. So, for the final case. I'll be discussing some major drama that hardly anyone in the K-pop community is discussing, and I wish to bring light upon this shadery. Amen. So, if you guys don't know, there has been so much clownery going on with Mnet and the Produce X101 series. So, yesterday, on November 4th, Mnet revealed that there is a current police investigation of the Produce X101 with the votes assumed to have been rigged, even stating there are arrest warrants for someone of the staff of the series and travel bans on some of the producers as well as Starship's vice president of the show. These people were listed as CJENM Producing Director, PD, On Jun-young, Chief Producer, CP, Kim Yong-bum, a PD named Lee, and Starship Entertainment's Vice President Kim. Now today, on November 5th, the head judge of Seoul Central District Court, Myung Jae-kwon, has decided that these warrants are valid, and On Jun-young and Kim Yong-bum have been officially arrested. Meanwhile, the others' cases have been dismissed because the judge said either generally acknowledged their crime or evidence had already been collected about them. Then, later today, on SBS's 8 o'clock news, it was reported that On Jun-young had been receiving favors from someone at an adult entertainment establishment from an entertainment agency with millions of won, Korea's currency, to manipulate the votes as well attempting to destroy evidence, such as text messages. However, the Korean police were already on the move. Even more, November 4th, because even during the airing of Produce X101, Mnet was already getting tons of backlash for the votes allegedly being rigged. Last month they searched the entire adult entertainment establishment to make sure to find extra receipts. It is currently not known which entertainment company is one who bribed On Jun-young, but we'll just have to wait and see how the situation plays out. Honestly, with a scandal as major as this one, I highly doubt this year's Mama 2019 awards will be rigged and they'll be on their best behavior because Mnet is already being accused of voting manipulation of the Produce X101 show, and they don't want to cause even more drama. Hi, guys, it's Future Holland. So today on November 6th Ah Jun-young actually admitted that he had manipulated the votes of both Produce X101 and Produce 48. Denying manipulation of the first two seasons. It was also revealed that since the second half of 2018, Mr. Young had been receiving gifts from various entertainment companies over 40 times a grand total of over 100 million won, $86,355. Lastly, yesterday, the police conducted a search and seizure of an agency that contains a member whose ranking is suspected to have been manipulated. My guess is that it's probably Starship's Minhee, Hyunjin, Yujin, or Won-young, especially Won-young since got first place of Produce 48. Maybe since the vice president was previously arrested. Or am I just reaching? Okay, this is the end of the video. All of the receipts that I collected for this video girl will be in the description below for credibility. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And remember to stay snatched.